guys, how's it going, and welcome back. Again, sorry I can't zoom in on my iPad. Hopefully that new camera shows up today. So we're going to test out some Gamo Match Classic pellets. These are a 7.56 grain wad cutter training pellet, they call them. And we're going to use them in the Stoeger A30. Now, this gun is sighted in extremely tight for Predator poly mags. Although I'm still working with the gun, I don't shoot it much. I've been shooting my QB like a madman lately, and I really love my QB, and so I do have to spend a lot more time with this gun, of course, especially considering the power plant. And so we're going to run some poly mags through first on a target, and then we're going to change the target out, and we're going to run the Gamos against it. And so we're going to put some rounds through, starting with the Predators. These are 8 grain poly mags. And we do have a little bit of a breeze. That one jumped. The gun is a little jumpy, even with a bipod and a pretty settled table. Still, you gotta get the hold on this gun. That's the weird part about it. That looks like it went in the same hole. Alright, let's try one more shot. Well, we'll try a few more, but you know. Gotta time it with the wind too. I'm also shooting from 50 feet, which I've never done with this gun before. That's better. Now, remember what I did with that last shot. Okay, now I'm getting the feel for the gun again. Amazing what you forget. Alright, 2 more shots. Oh, that was me. I jumped her. That went low. One more. Someone's gonna know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Okay, let's swap her out. Looks like I gotta open up a new pack of targets. Then we'll swap it out. Alright. Okay, so the 8 was me actually hitting low. This one here. And then the other 8 off to the right there, I put 2 pellets virtually in the same hole. The rest of our grouping turned out right about where it should be. A couple more shots can clear out the bullseye. Anyway, so the gun works really well with predators. And the gun is still not settled in, believe it or not. I'm like, is this thing ever gonna settle in? And in case I didn't mention it before, guys, if you get the Stoeger A30, this is the one I own, so it's one I know about for instructions, they say only every 1,000 shots do you ever put any silicone chamber lube in this thing. So that's, a lot of springers want it a lot sooner. So let's try these Gamo match pellets out. Now they fit in the breech a lot tighter too. The poly mag's actually sitting quite nice and flush, and these Gamos are a little bit thicker. Let's see what happens. Ooh, that's bad. It went actually sideways into the target. Yeah, it did. It tore it sideways. That looks like the same hole. Well, I guess if you like shooting sideways, it'd work. Of course, I am going to try these in other guns too, but wow. Wait till you guys see this target. I cannot believe what these pellets are doing. I've never seen a pellet do this before, ever. Oh, okay, with me shooting the gun, yeah, I've put them in the same hole, but this is absolutely ridiculous. And they go in sideways. They're not cutting a dead spot like a regular hole. Oh, that didn't go well. Gun didn't like that. I don't know if you heard what happened there, but the pellet jammed up the thing so bad that the piston kind of went All right, one more shot, and then I'm going to run a couple predators actually at this thing. But I'll show you what happened first on the target. Okay, let me show you what happened on the target, then I want to shoot a few predators, make sure my gun's still okay. Okay, so other than that low shot, which was the one that got stuck in the gun, which you can see here, every single pellet went in the exact same hole, and you'll notice they went and they cut in sideways. I've seen some crummy pellets before, but hang on a sec. As I was saying, I've seen some crummy pellets before, guys, and I've never had much of a liking for Gamo air guns. There could be a reason for that. They can't even make pellets right. What happened with the gun with that one pellet is when it tried to fire, of course it can't. The pellet is like stuck in the breech. It won't go out. And this is a big reminder of those Black Widow pellets from Crosman doing well, pretty much the same thing, actually. It did it on my nitro gun, and I was like, wow, this this is not good for the gun, and especially a nitro. But a Springer, it went, you know, and I was able to recock the gun and fire it out, and that's why we got the low shot. But every single one of those pellets went in the same hole, and all flew in sideways. It's like, talk about tumble effect. I mean, this is not a power-rated air gun. You know, this thing, I mean, it runs like really majorly 500 feet per second. It's still running a little hot because it's not fully broken in. But even at that, it should never do that. Like, some of the pellets are launching, and I had that one, but every single pellet that launched out went flipping sideways. That's weird. And in the exact same hole, and I'm aiming for the bullseye. Let's run a couple pellet predators through and see if everything's okay with my gun now. Because yeah, it's bad enough getting piston slam, which I've gotten from those Black Widows, among other things, like a similar idea to this. But yeah, that kind of makes me nervous. Yeah, we're still on target. Run a couple more predators through here. Ah, that one went a little wonk. I find you really have to take your time before you get to that final second stage of the trigger where it lets off. Couple more shots, guys. Thanks for your patience too. All right, last 2 rounds. My grouping's a little out, but I think a lot of that's going to be me, but yeah, it's definitely me. I gotta get used to this gun. It's, out of all my Springers, this is a weirdie. Alright, so our grouping is not the best right now. I gotta spend more time on this gun. Hang on. You know, I got a couple in the bullseye with the predators this time. I did better on my last target, obviously. But yeah. So I'm going to have to definitely spend a lot more time with this gun, learn the hold, learn the feel, learn the let off. I'm thinking maybe I should actually loosen that adjuster screw off to give a little bit better creep on the first stage there. But otherwise, yeah, the gun is fine. It does still need to break in. I have cronied it a couple of times since, and it is still kind of a little up and down. You know, it's not major, but it is fluctuating, and that's perfectly normal for a brand new Springer. Yeah, as far as these Gamo match training pellets go, absolutely do not buy these things. They're garbage. And that cost me $12 at LaFay Sport and Hobby. So I think about putting a complaint into Gamo. Also telling them to learn how to make guns, let alone ammunition. Because yeah, those are the lousiest pellets next to the Black Widows from Crossman. And like I said, the Black Widows, it did the same thing in a gun on me. It totally whacked it with the piston thing. And jammed her right up. And that is not cool if a pellet can do that. That's definitely bad news. I mean, I may go through the rest of this tin and wouldn't be, any more problems, or it could get a few more problems. But that is something that really should make you concerned. If a pellet can do that to your gun, that is definitely a very poorly manufactured pellet for sure. And I've used Gamo ammo in the past, and I gotta tell you, to be honest guys, Gamo pellets, even their lead balls, are not accurate whatsoever. I have never in any gun, and I've owned hundreds and hundreds of guns over the years, because I used to also sell them too, and I've never found that Gamo ammunition was any good. And their guns, I don't like them. They're garbage in my opinion, but that's my opinion. Some guys are going to get on my video and freak out of my head, and I don't care. I just delete their comments anyways when they get like that. But given that I've spent 40 years shooting air guns, and better than 20 years modifying them, repairing them, etc., I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. And but like I said, there are some guys who love Gamo guns, and that's just fine. And I'm sure in their high-powered PAL stuff, you can get an accurate pellet going, that's fine. But one of the bigger complaints I have always had with Gamo was trying to get parts for the darn things. Considering how much you pay for them, you should have a lot of parts access, and I've never been able to find a lot of parts access for Gamo guns. And I've had customers with Gamos, and it's like, yeah, we can get parts out of the UK and stuff. Take about 3 months to ship the stuff here. And it's like, this is not acceptable for your customer, just to get his gun fixed. And the prices, we priced out of stock once for this older Gamo, and brand new stock, I'm not kidding you, $900. It's like the gun didn't even cost that new. But it's an out of service gun, discontinued, it's leftover stock, and they're thinking probably, ooh, we got them by the short and curlies. Vintage parts is vintage prices, right? Talk about a scam. Anyways, that's our results, guys. Personally, I think Predators are great, and I do definitely have to spend some more time with this gun, just to get more consistent all the time with my shooting with it, even with the Predators, because they are dialed in. It's just that I have to spend more time with the gun. It's a different kind of a spring gun to deal with, and they all react differently. So to be accurate with something, you've got to spend the time with it. Now, as far as these Gamo pellets go, I'm going to try them out in a couple of CO2 guns and see how they work. I did actually, come to think of it, try it out. I think it was either the Remington or my Colt, and they wouldn't group at all. They were lousy in that gun, but that's CO2, so at least I'm not in danger of screwing anything up there. But they're never going to go near a Springer or a Nitro again, so I'll just shoot them off into something, and once the cannon's gone, it's gone, and that's the way it goes. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.